Thero Sarnai, dear Dhamma friends. I am Bhante Dhammalankara from Labanuru Kande Forest Monastery, North Central Province in Sri Lanka. I am very happy to talk with you after a long time, Dhamma with you again. So, Dhamma friends, before we start, as usually, we invite Deva. Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajas Sunantu Saggamukadang Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Badanta. Now pay homage to our great teacher Samma Sambuddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Dear Dhamma friends, today I am going to talk another important sutta, important discourse preached by our great teacher Samma Sambuddha. So Dhamma friends, sutta name is Vanapatthasuttaṃ. Sutta number is number 17. So this is how sutta is started. Thus have I heard on one occasion the Blessed One was living Jetas Grove, Anathapindika's monastery. So at that time Buddha addressed the bhikkhus thus: Bhikkhus, I will teach you Vanapatta method. Vanapatta pariyayamo bhikkhave desissan. I will teach you Vanapatta method. This is how Buddha started the sutta and said this: Ida bhikkhave bhikkhu anyatarang vanapattang upanissaya viharati. Here bhikkhus, a bhikkhu lives in a certain jungle thicket. Certain jungle thicket. While he living in that jungle thicket, he can't develop his mindfulness. He can't develop his mindfulness mean samma sati. While he living in that jungle thicket, he can't living his mindful. He can't develop his mindfulness. That means samma sati. He can't develop the sati while he living in that jungle thicket. And while he living in that jungle thicket, he can't develop concentration, samadhi. He can't develop concentration, samadhi. And he can't eradicate his taints. He can't destroy taints. And he can't see the Nibbana. He can't reach to the Nibbana while he living in that jungle thicket. He can't see the Nibbana. He can't reach to the Nibbana. And as well as he can't easily have robes, arms, food, resting place, and medicinal requisites. So he should consider thus: while I am living in this jungle thicket, I can't develop my mindfulness. I can't develop sati. I can't develop concentration, samadhi. I can't eradicate, I can't destroy the tension, and I can't reach to the Nibbana. I can't see the Nibbana. Anuttara yoga ke mannanu papnati. That means in translation, unattained, he can't attain, unattained supreme security from bondage. That is how translated by Most Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi. So that means he can't see the Nibbana. And he should consider thus by reflecting this, he should leave that jungle ticket. He should not continue living in that jungle ticket. That is what the Buddha is teaching. The press method. He should see, is this jungle ticket help me to develop my spiritual faculties, spiritual side. So if not, he should depart that jungle ticket in a day or night. That is what the Buddha is teaching. So sometimes that jungle ticket may be so far from the village, far from the people. Sometimes it may be good, it may be very tranquil, calm and quiet, but those are not important matters. What should we think? We should consider that jungle ticket help, whether that jungle ticket help us to develop our mindfulness, sati, concentration, samadhi, and eradicating trends and seeing Nibbana. Those are the matters that we should consider. So second, that is not the first one. Second jungle ticket. Second method. The bhikkhu anyataram vanapattam upanisa viharati. Here some bhikkhu, here bhikkhus, here a bhikkhu living in some jungle thicket. While he living in that jungle thicket, he can't develop his mindfulness, sati. He can't eradicate taints. So, our friends, and he can't see the Nibbana. But while he living in that jungle thicket, he can easily have arms, food, resting place, medicinal requisites, and robes. So, he should consider this. While I am living in that jungle thicket, I can't develop my sila, samadhi, and panya. I can't develop mindfulness, sammasati. That means unestablished mindfulness does not come to establishment. He can't develop his concentration, samadhi or jhana. Unconcentrated mind does not come to concentrated. And uneradicated taints can't be eradicated. and unattained supreme security. He can't attain unattained supreme security from bondage. That is how the translation. So that means he can't see the Nibbana. He can't reach to the Nibbana. So, but he can easily have these things: alms food, robes, medicinal requisites, and resting place. So he should consider, I did not come to the monkhood for these requisites of life. I did not come to the monkhood for the sake of alms food, robes, resting place, and medicinal requisites. So considering thus, reflecting thus, he should leave that place. He should leave that jungle thicket. That is what the Buddha's teaching. So sometime when some people go to the jungle thicket, sometime when some people go to the live in jungle thicket, he can't have that his requisites of life easily. But that is not important thing. He should consider about his spiritual qualities, spiritual development. That is what he should consider. And development means, what is the development? Development means he should be able to develop his sati, samma sati, and concentration, jhana and samadhi. And he should be able to eradicate tension. And he should see the Nibbana. He should be able to see the Nibbana. The other faculties are not important. Sometimes he may be easy to. He will be easy to have robes, alms food, medicinal requisites, and resting place. So he should depart that jungle thicket. That is the second method. That is the second method. Third one, here bhikkhu living in some jungle thicket. The bhikkhu anyatarang Vanapatthasuttaṃ Upanissaya viharati. Here bhikkhu living in some jungle thicket. While he living in that jungle thicket, he can develop his mindfulness, sati. He can develop. And he can develop his concentration. He can eradicate trends. He can see the Nibbana. But he can't easily have robes, alms food, medicinal requisites, and rest in place. So what should he do? What is your idea? He can't easily have robes, alms food, medicinal requisites, and rest in place. So Buddha said this. He should consider thus, while I am living in this jungle thicket, I can develop my sati, samma sati, develop my mindfulness. I can develop my concentration, samadhi, and I can eradicate tense, and I can see the Nibbana. I can reach to the Nibbana. So, but I can't easily have robes, arms, food, resting place, and medicinal requisites. So consider reflecting thus, he should not depart that jungle thicket. That is what the Buddha is teaching. He should continue living in that jungle thicket, how difficult they are, even though how much difficult at that living at that place. Why? That jungle thicket helped him to develop his spiritual faculties. That are the important thing. He should consider about his spiritual faculties. That is what the thing he should consider. That is the third one. And the fourth one, here a bhikkhu living in some jungle thicket, when he living in that jungle thicket, he can develop his sati, mindfulness. he can develop his concentration, samadhi, and he can eradicate taints, and he can see the Nibbana, he can reach to the Nibbana. As well as he can easily have robes, armsuit, medicinal requisite, and resting place. So he should consider thus, while I am living in this jungle thicket, I can develop my concentration, I can develop mindfulness, I can eradicate taints, and I can eradicate taints, I can eradicate taints, and I can see the Nibbana. As well as I can easily have robes, armsuit, medicinal requisite, and resting place. Considering thus, reflecting thus, he should not depart that jungle thicket. He should continue living in that jungle thicket. That is what the Buddha's teaching. That is what the Buddha's guiding. So sometimes some people think we have some in some jungle thickets or some monastery have so many facilities. So some people think because of these facilities we can't live in this jungle, in this monastery. So that is not important idea. We should consider about our spiritual development. Spiritual development means development of the mindfulness, sati, samma sati, and development of the concentration, samadhi or jhana, and development of the panya. So he should consider about that. Sometimes some people think we have so many facilities, so many comfortable things in this monastery, so we should not live in this place. No, that is not the problem. We should consider about our spiritual development. That is what the important thing. And in the same way, Buddha pointed out in the sutta, ida bhikkave bhikkhu anyataram puggalang upanissāya. Here a bhikkhu living under some person. When he living in that person, he can't develop his sila, samadhi, and panya. That means sati, mindfulness, concentration, and eradicating taints, and see nibbana. That is what sila, samadhi, panya. So as well as he can't easily have robes, armsuit, resting place, and medicinal requisites. So Buddha pointed out he should not continue living under that person. He should depart that person. That is how we should associate people. We should consider about development of the spiritual when we associate a person. And some bhikkhu living under some person, while he living under that person, he can't he can't develop his mindfulness, he can't develop his sila, samadhi, and panya. But he can easily have robes, armsuit, medicinal requisite, and resting place. So he should consider this. While I am living under this person, I can't develop my spiritual faculties, spiritual qualities, but I can easily have these robes, armsuit, medicinal requisite, and resting place. But I did not come to the monkhood for these things, for these facilities, for these comfortable things. So he should depart that person. He should leave that person. That is what the Buddha is teaching, how to associate people, how to select, how to choose a teacher or guide. So, but Buddha here, so when you leave that person, you should inform the person. You should tell that person about your departing. So that is the second method. And third one, in the same way, when some bhikkhu living under some person, so when he live under that person, he can't he can develop his mindfulness, concentration, and panya. He can eradicate taints. And he can't easily receive alms food, resting place, and medicinal requisite and robes. So he should think, he should consider, this person helped me, this teacher helped me develop my Sila Samadhi Panya, but it is very difficult to, hard to have robes, alms food, medicinal requisite, and resting place. But I did not come to the market these facilities. So he should continue living under that person. He should not depart that person. That is what the Buddha's teaching. How to select a person, how to choose a person. And the next one, there are here bhikkhu living under some person. While he living under that person, he can develop his Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. And he can easily have robes, armed food, medicinal requisite, and resting place. So he should consider that while I am living under this person, I can easily develop my mindfulness, concentration, and I can eradicate tense, and I can see the Nibbana. So, as well as I can easily have these robes, arms, food, medicinal requisite, and resting place. And he should not depart that person. He should continue living under that person. That is what the Buddha is teaching. So, that is how, and Buddha said this, the last, about last person, he should not depart that person. Sometimes that teacher will blame you, will criticize you, but you should not depart that person. You should, however, stay under that person to develop your spiritual qualities, spiritual development. So that is what the summary of the sutta. So when we read the sutta, we saw a very important words. Anuttara yoga kema. Nanu papunati. That means the translation we can see from Bhikkhu Bodhi, unattained supreme security from bondage. What is the meaning that? That means Nibbana. So before we go to the, before we start the practice in Dhamma, we should see the Nibbana. We should understand the Nibbana. That is what the Buddha's teaching. That is what that is important thing. Before we practice, before we start the practicing, we should see the Nibbana. We should have an idea about the Nibbana before we practice. So that is very important thing. For example, before you go, before you reach your destination, you should know what is the destination, where is the destination, what are the most suitable road to the destination. You should know about that. So in the same way, when you start the practice Dhamma, you should know about the Nibbana. How do we know about the Nibbana? By listening Dhamma, by discussing Dhamma, by contemplating Dhamma, you can understand about the Nibbana. You should have an idea what is the Nibbana. So there are so many ways and means to understand the Nibbana in the Dhamma. There are so many methods. Sometimes if we understand about 5 aggregate Panchupadanakkhandha, we can see the Nibbana. And sometimes if we understand about the 6 faculties, our 6 sense bases, we can understand the Nibbana. And if we understand about the arising and ceasing of the 4 great ailments, Satramaha Dhatu, Chattari Mahabhutan, so we can understand about the Nibbana. So by understanding Nibbana, we should start. after understanding the Nibbana, what is the Nibbana? We should start the journey. We should see. That is how Buddha pointed out. So this is the summary of the sutta. So I am going to wind up the sermon. So I don't take long time about talk about these factors. So if you have any question, please give a message. I am happy to answer your questions. Janaki Amma, Janaki Balasuriya. It is essential even for a monk or nun who has received higher education, higher ordination, to remain with the teacher in order to attain Nibbana. Yes, it is very good question. According to the Vinaya, according to the discipline, Vinaya Pitaka, the teachings of the Buddha or discipline, means Vinaya Pitaka, there are so many rules and regulation about that. So especially as a Samaner, before higher ordination, he should stay under the teacher at least 5 years, as well as after the as a Samaner, before ordination, before higher ordination, a monk should live under a teacher whole life. If he do not become a higher ordination, he should have to stay under a teacher whole life. That means competent teacher. He should be a competent teacher. You should have to select a good teacher. Now we have discussed what are the qualities of a teacher, what are the factors that we should consider. So, however, if you want to leave a teacher, become more and more tranquil place, if you want to stay in a very calm and quiet place, and if you want to be so quiet place and if you want to lead single life, lonely life, so you have to stay at least 5 years. It is must under a teacher. You have to stay 5 years under a teacher definitely, until he learn important things, the basic things, and he should have you should practice some qualities. You should be able to develop your faculties, your mind, so many things. So therefore you have to definitely live under teacher even after higher ordination under a teacher. So it is a good question. Some today nowadays we can see there are no teachers. There are no special teachers. There are no specific teachers. Here and there they go to they take ordination and they do not continue monkhood under a teacher. So that is very bad thing, and that is not very good side. So if you want to be a good monk, be a decent monk, you have to follow a good teacher, competent teacher. So monk or nun have to follow a teacher at least 5 years. That help you to develop your life and develop your faculties, spiritual development, as well as that experience help you to attain nibbana. So without that experience, you can't spend lonely life. So that is my idea. That is the Buddha's teaching. So according to the Vinaya Pitaka. So thank you very much. Dhammika, what will happen if one get attached to teacher? So that also very good question. When we associate a teacher, Buddha's advice, we should associate as a father. That how we associate as a father. We should associate teacher as a father, like father. The teacher should associate like a son. That is that kind of connection they should continue. But when they practice Dhamma, when we understand about Dhamma, when we develop his good spiritual faculties, they do not they do not get any problem about that connection, attachment. So attachment, it should not be like a lay person. That attachment help us to develop our monastery life. So attachment sometimes it not be like a lay person, but when we live in a monastery, we should have good unity. So therefore, attachment is important. The connection is important, but that attachment should not be like a lay person, because that attachment, there are no any good understanding about that. But when we live with the teacher, there are dhamma, there are about dhamma. So therefore, that attachment is different between layperson and monk. So we can see in the sutta, when some monk get ill, or then but then we can see how they help each other. So attachment should continue like monks with within understanding. So that is the according to the Vinaya rules. So if we have good development of the Sila and Samadhi, and Panya, so attachment will not embarrass, will not make any disturb to our monkhood or our nibbana. That is according to the Buddha's teaching. So I think question is over now. There were so many Dhamma friends joined with us, so I thank all of you. Scott D. Telson and Kaitana Gate Dana Astava and Janaki Amma and Chinese character and Mr. Dhammika and the Dhamma friends. So let's do Anumodana. First of all, I like to get the permission to speak the name Most Venerable Monk Kadulu Sudassana Thero and Most Venerable Monk Kadulu Nandaratana Thero, Most Venerable Putmalik Markasapa Thero, and Bhikkhu Pesala, as well as Bhante Sudasso, Ayyasoma, and all Bhikkhu Mahasangha from Labnuru Kandapura Monastery and all over the world Bhikkhu Mahasangha, as well as live joiners with us today, and all Buddhist followers. We transfer these merits, and all the devas. So recite with me to transfer this merit. Akasatta ca bummatta deva naga mahiddika punyantang anumoditta chiran rakkantu buddha sasanang. Akasatta ca bummatta deva naga mahiddika punyantang anumoditta chiran rakkantu buddha savakang. Akasatta ca bummatta deva naga mahiddika punyantang anumoditta bodhayantu sivam padang. So, Dhamma friends, I bless you. Sabbhityo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavadantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. आयुरारोग्य संपत्ति सग्ग संपत्ति मेवच अतो निब्बान संपत्ति iminate samijjatu. Dear Dhamma friends, thank you very much everyone, and good morning, good evening, and let's meet again with another Dhamma sermon. Theruvan Sarnai, all of you. Theruvan Sarnai. Thank you very much everyone.